last episode. Battery exhausted, she says. I'm fucking exhausted. Right, here we are. Last episode. Finally, Mr Davey's Revstar is on the bench. It's looking like the sort of thing Michael Knight would get his ass into and save the world. It's absolutely spanking. A little bit of overview of what I've done behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. Obviously we've painted things. I've made some custom inlaid headstocks because I'm still dicking around with my laser machine and designing a final one. You can see what I mean now with the black ash. You can see all that grain. It's basically had 2 coats of acrylic chestnut sanding sealer. Just seals up the wood a little bit. We haven't grain filled or anything like that because I wanted this to fucking shout at me. And I've basically used Halford's paint, automotive paint, like they did in the old days. Not gold, obviously, matte black. That is matte black. The final thing that I've experimented with behind the scenes, because finishing is the toughest thing to learn for me, I find. I've found the ultimate oil for silky finishes. I've fucked around with loads of different oils. The Cornish Chopping Board Company, pure mineral oil. The simplest of finishes. If you want to go for bare wood, that is literally 2 coats with hardly anything in between. It soaks in beautifully. You can put it over your binding. It is absolute magic. That neck is satin. No polish, no messing around. It is absolutely delightful. I hope Mr Davey loves it. I also put a bit of oil on top of this black paint, just a couple of coats, just to give it a little bit of something. It doesn't soak in, but you can wipe off the excess and it just gives it a little bit more of a lustre. Just a bit of a lustre. I know lustre is not a word. Calm yourselves down. And the Andertons video should be coming out soon. I don't know if it's already out because I'm filming this the Monday before the Friday. I was there yesterday. I had a lovely day. Lee stitched me up massively. Here's a little clip to prove it. Can you just say that again, Lee? You've done what?
I've gone for the stitch up. I've gone with guitars with a 7.
That's enough. Oh, that's all I need, mate. Yeah. He gave me a very tough guitar to set up and compete against the Plek machine, which should have been a losing battle. I think I did very well. The biggest win for me of the day, it was meeting all the boys that he's got working for him. The camera boys, the editing guys, the guys in the QC department down the road. I met 3 of them and the fuck me boys, the knowledge in their heads. I'm in awe. Bravo, bravo. I would love to go back and film a video in the QC department showing you what those boys do on a daily basis, because the knowledge in there, it'd blow you away. It'd blow your socks off. So bravo, I doff my cap. What have we got to do to this today? You're coming along for the ride. I'm putting this guitar together. I've got to do a final touch-up of the frets. We've got to give them just a little bit of love and a final polish. That's easy. We've got to put the furniture on, the easy stuff, the tuners. I'll whip through that. You don't need to see it. I've got to make a nut. I think I showed you that in the SG. Just in case you're wondering, I'm watching a series by Mr Crow on the telly, because when you're putting guitars together, you need to stay fucking calm, boys and 5 ladies. And that geezer just fucking oozes calm, doesn't he? I love it. We're going to run through. I'm going to tape up my cavities. I've already taped my back cavity. You can argue amongst yourselves whether shielding does anything, whether it just makes dogs bark. Alan? No Alan this morning. I think they've taken him out for a walk finally. I'll shield the back of my cavity cover, which I've only just oiled because I forgot all about the twat. One thing you'll notice when I'm in other people's videos, I did read a comment saying I wouldn't like him to meet my daughter. Can I just be clear? When you're here with me in my workshop, my happy space, with me and Fred the skeleton, and we're making all the nasty references to serial killers and saying things like fuck, wank, bollocks, when I leave here, if you meet me at Tesco's and I'm buying a tin of beans, I'm not going to call you a cunt. It's not how I operate outside these doors. It's very different. I'm a working class man. You're at work with me here. When I'm out there, I behave. All right? Fucking, let's just get that out there. I'm not a complete reprobate. Jesus Christ. And I was on best behaviour at Andertons. Lee Anderton's got a more foul tongue than me. I learnt that yesterday. He won't mind me telling you that. All the copper's aged nicely. I've just left it lying around the workshop. I've thrown it around in the lane. Alan pissed on it, I think, earlier on. Not sure. Alan! Oh. We've got a 3-way switch to go in. We've got Mr Davey's bare knuckle P90s, which I'm very excited about trying. Bare Knuckle are down in Falmouth. I'd love to do a video down there. I'd love to go and meet those guys. So we're basically tarting it up, being nice, getting everything fixed in, screwed in, wired up. I'll whiz through the wiring. And if you're wondering what sort of wiring diagrams I use, sometimes I print them out. My printer's fucked downstairs. I've got this book by Jerry Hayes, which is an absolute Bible for wiring. Really, I should read it. Next time I go on holiday, I'm just taking this. But any wiring diagram with 2 single coils you can kind of use for these P90s. First thing I'm going to do is do a quick frettilization and just finish these frets off. Interesting yesterday that it was me against the Plek machine, and to get the frets tidy against the £80,000 machine, I used the £30 frettilizer system, and it was an absolute winner yet again. Just as I do in my Monday fluff piece videos, I've got a piece of 4, 8 and 1500 grit. I'm just going to whip up and break the edges of this binding very gently because everything's finished. I just want to give this a little curl, make sure it's super smooth and sweet. Right, so my frets are all done. They're nice and shiny and polished, and we're all ready to rock and roll with the neck. That was the easy part because I'd already done the hard bit. I'm going to shield these cavities next with a bit of shielding tape. You can argue amongst yourselves whether it's fucking worth it. It might not be worth it. I don't give a shit at this point. I happen to find doing a bit of shielding therapeutic. And voila, we are taped up. We're all taped up. Everything's looking a little bit swanky and nice. Like I said, I don't give a fuck if you think it's pointless or not. So next thing I'm going to do is get the P90 sat in, screwed in the holes, because then we get to see some creamy loveliness. I'm getting oil everywhere on here. But that's all fine, that's all fine. I use this foam that's quite a dense black packing foam that actually comes when you buy Posh taps. So I'll probably run out sooner or later because I don't fit kitchens anymore. P90's obviously a piece of piss to fit because they just fucking screw to the body. Nice and easy. Right, bridge earth. Got to get the bridge earth in, don't forget that, whatever you do. Got loads of cable in there. Whether you think this is worth it or not, it's up to you. I'm going to take the bridge saddle and just sand a lot of the... I mean, all of these surfaces are painted, so I'm not sure how good the grounding is or what really, but I just want to bear up some of that metal so that it is contacting. When you're using a bridge where every part of it is powder coated, I mean, this isn't conductive paint, so comment below. How the fuck are we grounding the bridge? How does that work? Next thing I'm going to do is wallop on this pick guard. It's like Lego, isn't it? It's like Technic. We're just plonking it all together, making sure everything fits lovely. Tiny little black screws on there. When it comes together, I'll get to the point where I just think I just want to fucking play this guitar. That is looking mean. Hope you're watching, Martin. I hope a little bit's coming out. Right, I'm going to bung on me strap locks. To be fair, they just help protect it as I'm throwing the thing around the workshop. I don't really throw it around. Second one on the back. Always put them on the back of Revstars and SGs. Don't like it balancing on the horn. Get some tuners on. I'm gonna have a coffee and then we'll talk about the wiring and the nut. And then hopefully, if you're still awake, I'll put some strings in and we'll see what it sounds like, shall we? Because that's what we really want to do. I'm getting excited. This guitar's bit me in the ass a few times. It's very difficult to build guitars while you're filming it every week because as soon as something slows you up, it really is a bit of a pressure. And I like to make sure that my upload schedule is on point. Fridays and Mondays, same time, all the time, 52 weeks of the year. That's the plan. You boys like being regular, don't you? Of course you do. Whew. I'll get them in position and I'll just show you the few things that I'm thinking about as I'm doing that. Now, custom guitar building is an odd one because I always have a bit of artistic license. We were going to go with a bit of chrome hardware on this, but black I thought was the better choice. I've gone for the more traditional peg head. So we've got these lovely Goto locking tuners. They're fucking gorgeous. They are really pretty. So there's lots of angles and weird offsets on the headstock of a Revstar. So when you're lining up your tuners, really I'm trying to line them up square, but then more than anything, I want to look at them from the front because sometimes you can tweak things around and just get it looking a little bit different how you want it. This headstock is on pretty much the limit of how thick you can go, but also they're locking tuners, so we haven't got a million winds going around the peg heads, so it doesn't really matter. Sometimes companies will tweak the tuners to match the curve of the headstock. I prefer to come out flat and square if I can. Check your screw sizes, always check them. Because if you put the wrong size pilot in, you're in shit street with no shoes on.
I taste shit.
2.4 again, so again I'm going to use the same 2mm that we use for the P90s. You can mark this for depth if you want, just so no one shits their pants. I'm going to mark the depth of this. Just be wary and mindful that these, when you tape up drill bits, tape can move. So just triple check as you're going through. Right, our tuners are in. I've taken the piss there. They are proper low. I love how it looks. And it works lovely with locking tuners. And everyone loves a locking tuner, don't they? They get all fucking tweaky about them. Oh, locking tuners, it must be mustard. So the term mustard, if I call it mustard, it means it's fucking good. And good means good. So, on goes our bridge. And if we've got our spacings right, it does fit. So on goes our bridge. We've got plenty of adjustment. We're looking good from the front, ain't we? Oh, fucking hell. Touch me inappropriately. Now it's time for a bit of wiring. Oh. The boys in Falmouth give you plenty of length. You can take that how you want. I remortgaged my house the other week and I bought a bottle of deoxit because some people, some of whom are pricks, commented on old videos saying you can't use contact cleaner on pots. You've got to buy deoxit because it lubricates your bits. So I bought deoxit. This was really expensive and I'm going to use this. The reason I use import switches is because I've got quite a thick cap on this guitar. If you're trying to make your cover plates look all matchy, lovely, then they need to be a bit thicker. You can't make that really super thin. So you do end up sometimes, not always, but sometimes with a little bit less depth in your cavity. So an import switch just about fits in there lovely. I've got about 3mm clearance. So got about £9 went in there then. There's a tenner on the floor, spaffed everywhere down there. It's a right mess. I'm going to do the same with the pots after I've done it. We're going to preempt it with deoxit from now on. Tell me if that's wrong. Should you only do it when they're already worn? Is it nice to preempt the fact that people are going to worn it? Worn it? Wear it. Martin might be a prolific knob twizzler. I don't know. Never met the guy. But he is from Bristol and he sounds like me. So he's bound to be a little bit fucking on the edge. Comment below, Martin. I'll pin it. Are you on the edge? Are you on the edge, boy? I had one message from the geezer on the phone and he sounds just like me. It was delightful. Honestly, it was like crossing the streams in Ghostbusters. I thought we were going to tear a hole in the space-time continuum because we had so much combined janner. It's lovely. Incidentally, I do buy quite a lot of these case switches, Chinese imports, import style, but they are, yeah, very well made. Nice bit of quality they are. Right, time for a coffee. Go and have a coffee. Pause the video. Pause the video. Go and have a coffee. Fucking dare you. I'm going to go and have a coffee and I'm going to come back and wire this guitar up. And once I've done that, it's time for some strings. Oh, lovely. I'll see you in a minute. Bye.
5 minutes later.
Back on the bench then. I've got my goggles on, which could do with a fucking clean. Once again, don't watch me for wiring. There's some amazing channels out there that will show you all about wiring and give you the close-ups. 6-string supplies, Monty's, they all do some wonderful stuff. All I've got here, which I'll whiz through and do the quickest of montages so the electronics people can't fucking tear a new asshole for me. I've got a Switchcraft bit, which isn't a pure tone, but it's still a good one. We've got our import switch. I've explained myself. I've made me case, fuck's sake. My P90s are in. I've ladened up the underside, but I'm not going to show you that because when I reveal this thing, it might be one of the... Oh, fuck me. Woo! It might be one of the prettiest things I've ever made. Oh yeah, love it. So I've got my orange drop sprag thing. You have to get these things right, otherwise people are outside trying to lynch me. This is a rough part of town. I've only got silver screws for my output jack. Don't call it an input jack because someone will melt. We've got my soldering iron and it is a shit one. I've only got a cheapie. This is an absolute howler that I've had for years. But I'll tell you what it does. It gets hot and that's important. You need that. I've got my golden pubes. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. Scandinavian descent. That's all I'm fucking saying. And I am getting into using traditional peel back cloth wiring because it's just, to be fair, I know it's traditional. I don't use it for that reason. I use it because it's easier. So tin everything up, tin the shit out of everything, and then all you got to do is electrify it and warm it up. So cue montage, and it's not going to be very interesting. I'm probably going to condense this down to about 10 seconds. Ready? fast forward a bit, shall we? Things happened, people turned up, batteries died, it all went to shit. I just fucking finished it off. Here it is. I haven't put the cavity back on the back. A bit of time's passed. Everything's wrapped up, everything's wired, everything's working, everything's looking rather fucking sexy. I have got the cavity cover to go on there, which I haven't shielded because the oil's a bit wet on there. There's some bits and bobs to go back to Martin. The Goto tuners look fucking beautiful. That is my sort of guitar. That is an angry, lovely looking Revstar. It came together at the last minute. But anyway, let's go and play it. I'll see you downstairs. So that is that. It's the end of another series. I've got some finishing touches to do, and while I'm playing it during the demo, I realised I haven't put any fucking side dots on it. What an absolute toenail. So I'm gonna put some side dots on it now and just give her a little bit of a buff up. Martin, I'll be contacting you next week. This is going on with me now for a week or so. They always do. They've got a bed in, do their bit of movement, do their bit of jigging, and I'll give it a final setup and I'll send it on its way. If you want to come down and get it personally, Martin, from the workshop, you are more than fucking welcome, brother, because you're not far away. It's a couple hours, isn't it? A couple hours. Yeah, I've spotted a few bits and bobs. There's a mark on this. So between me and you, here's a little bit of discretionary knowledge, because I said I'd show you the fuck-ups. This bridge is an absolute twat. It's got little springs underneath it, and to pull it off, you've got to go against it. Well, when I was pulling it off, I fucking dinged the guitar. I don't know if you can see that. I gave it a rub so it's a bit shinier. I dinged it. So now I get the pleasure of taking this wonderfully finished guitar, which I was going to take home and play all night in the garden. I've got to take it apart now, sand it off and repaint it. Shit. Joys of luthiery, everyone. I love doing the bits that I find the hardest, the best. But I think you'll agree, this thing is a fucking humdinger. I absolutely love it. Every time I make a Revstar, I'll get a... Steady. Every time I make a Revstar, I'll get a little bit excited. I love this shape. I just love it. It's such a classy number. And this has got like the grain of that ash. You can see what I mean about it all popping. It's absolutely just the dog's bollocks. I fucking love it. I'm just going to give this a little touch up now. I'll give it the love it deserves because I'm that sort of guy. Thanks everyone. I'll see you next week for the George Harrison Telecaster build. But it's not fucking rosewood. Telling you now, I'm just warming you up so you can put the keyboard down. Take the batteries out of the keyboard, all right? I don't need you telling me that it's not the same as the fucking original. I know it's not. And I'll tell you what, I'm not George Harrison either. I'll see you later, everyone. Special wave, go fuck yourselves.